How's it, everyone? Welcome back to another hybrid string review right here on OpenCourt. I'm Kent, and today I'm testing out a hybrid that I have been planning for a few months. And if you guys have been paying attention to the channel, you guys probably can guess what it is. In fact, you probably saw the thumbnail and clicked on this video, so I'm sure you know what it is. Today, we're testing out the Solinco Hyper G Hybrid. Let's check it out. So Solinco is one of my favorite polyester tennis brands. It's a very popular brand with touring pros as well as college players, advanced level players. Hyper G is used by some of the pros out there, and Hyper G was, if you guys have been following my channel, not one of my favorite polys. I tried it many years ago. Hyper G Original was released in 2014, but the round one was released earlier this year in 2024. And when that one was released, I was a little bit skeptical, but obviously I was going to try it out. And personally for me, I actually like the round version a little bit better because it plays a little bit more predictably. And as astute viewers have pointed out, shaped strings have a tendency to have a slightly erratic launch angle. Sometimes it gets a little bit unpredictable. And so the round one did a very good job of reining in my aggressive playstyle. The round version is a little bit more suited towards flat hitters, whereas the original Hyper G, which is a four-sided shaped sharp poly, is better for more spin-oriented players. So I did review Hyper G and Hyper G Round earlier this year on my channel, and I was planning to do a hybrid review by crossing them together. And as I was browsing the internet to look for a set of Hyper G and Hyper G Round, I stumbled across a pre-packaged hybrid. So now you guys can get this in a pre-packaged hybrid. It comes with a half set of Hyper G and a half set of the Round, as you can see here, hybrid system. On the back of the package, it says use Hyper G Round in the mains for a deeper, more penetrating ball, so for you flat hitters out there, and use Hyper G Round in the crosses for superior spin and a heavier ball, so the spin players. So I got the Hyper G Hybrid strung up in my Babolat Pure Strike Wimbledon. Obviously, I was going to string it in this racket because earlier this year I reviewed original Hyper G and Hyper G Round in this racket. Plus, just look at this thing. It's like really cool with this green racket. If anytime I'm going to review a green string, I'm always going to review it in this racket. So for me personally, I actually want a little bit more spin because my game is heavily oriented on pressuring my opponents using my kick serve and rushing the net, or by hitting deep spinny topspin shots with my forehand. So I put the Hyper G Original in the mains and I put the Hyper G Round in the crosses, and I strung it at 54 in the mains and 52 in the crosses. And the reason why I string a little bit lower in the crosses is so that the mains move a little bit more for more snapback and spin potential. Unfortunately, I'm not planning to review it in the opposite setup with the Round in the mains and the Hyper G Original in the crosses. So if you guys try that setup, let me know in the comments how that goes for you. So I'm really excited for this playtest because I'm not a huge fan of the Hyper G, but I think this might solve some of the issues I have with it. So without further ado, let's get on the court, let's test this out. But before we do that, if you guys like this content and want to see more, be sure to overhead smash the like and subscribe button to keep the reviews coming. So let's start with the pros of this Hyper G Hybrid. Since I've already done a full review on both strings, this review isn't going to be as comprehensive. I just want to mention the differences I noticed. For me, two of the biggest issues I have with original Hyper G is the feel and sometimes erratic nature of the string bed. Unfortunately, the feel isn't really all that different with this hybrid, but the control is much better with the Hyper G Round in the crosses. My aggressive ground stroke game needs a predictable launch angle, and this hybrid gave me exactly that. This hybrid was the best of both worlds for my ground strokes at least. Although a full bed of Hyper G gives me tons of spin on my forehand, it sometimes comes off my strings really high and leads to my balls sailing long. Full bed of Hyper G Round gives me good pace when I swing through, but sometimes I don't get enough diving action when I try to hit deep. This Hyper G Hybrid gave me the court penetration for aggressive swings, but also the diving action from topspin that my game needs, and I felt really connected to my ground strokes. The area where I tend to struggle with original Hyper G is on my return of serve. I like to step in and take the ball early while keeping my backswing short and redirecting my opponent's pace. This sometimes leads to me hitting off center, and original Hyper G has a tendency to fly the ball unpredictably when I don't make clean contact. Hyper G round is much better on return of serves because it seems like the sweet spot on returns is a bit bigger and more forgiving, and I can swing more confidently. The round in the cross gave this hybrid near identical predictability on returns as a full bed of round, so one of my biggest issues with full bed Hyper G was mitigated. The spin potential is also nearly identical as a full bed of Hyper G. In fact, I would even go so far as to say the spin potential may be slightly better. When you have an aggressively shaped string in the crosses, this sometimes causes the mains to stay stuck out of place if I hit near the edge of the frame at around 3 and 9 o'clock, and this can lead to a drop-off in spin potential. The round slick cross prevents this from happening. The bite from the Hyper G mains allowed me to hit biting kick serves that dove sharply onto the lines and corners and kicked up with force. When I hit it clean, I saw my ball bounce up faster than usual, and even when my opponents tried to take it off the rise, they mistimed it and it led to them returning the ball from shoulder height, which is exactly what I aimed for. Both Hyper G and round also have a decent amount of string flexibility, so this combination provides decent power on flat and slice serves. And of course, I would be remiss if I didn't mention slices. This hybrid hits like a dream on slices. The ball stays nice and low, and the control on slices is unmatched. Even on defense, I felt no issues with redirecting my slices left and right and keeping it away from the opposing net player. When I take an aggressive swing, I can really feel the ball digging into the felt and grabbing. This allows me to stay connected to the slice and gives me the feel that is otherwise lacking from the response of the string bed. The Hyper G lacks the direct response of Solinco's other flagship string, the Tour Bite, but the dwell time on slices still gives me enough feel to have pinpoint control on aggressive shots. The dwell time also performs well on volleys. Full bed of Hyper G sometimes gives me fits at net because I have a tendency to sometimes chop at the ball to impart underspin, and the sharp edges of Hyper G grab the ball and pull it down, resulting in many misses in the net. I have less of these misses with the full bed of round. Interestingly though, this hybrid didn't really fix this issue for me. It's probably because I put the original Hyper G in the mains. If I had put the round in the mains, my net misses would probably decrease, but with that being said, the dwell time really helps my aggressive punch volleys. The sharp edges of Hyper G grab the ball well, just as they did on slices, and this allows me to push the ball into corners or towards the sidelines with good pace. Overall, I felt a bit more dwell time with this hybrid combination than a full bed of round, but it wasn't a noticeable difference at the net. With that being said, the one area that I felt no difference on is the feel. This is pretty obvious because Hyper G and the round have essentially the same makeup, just different shapes, and so I didn't expect the feel to be different. This is the main reason I don't really like Hyper G that much in the past, although I have to admit it's beginning to grow on me. Still, the muted and dampened feel makes it difficult for me to hit my touch shots in the front court, especially when I'm trying to deflect an angle volley off to the side. Also, Hyper G lacks the satisfying pop sound when I strike the sweet spot on a fast ground stroke like the Tour Bite. I would be super excited if Solinco ever releases a Tour Bite round. My serve and volley game becomes a bit one-dimensional with the Hyper G because I really can only aim for aggressive punch volleys. That usually isn't a huge issue, but I just don't feel comfortable hitting drop volleys or angle volleys unless my opponent's shot is really slow. Lastly, the string bed starts to get a bit springy after a while. With the full bed of original Hyper G, the strings start to lose their spin potential after a bit because the crosses begin to saw into the mains, but I never experienced that with the hybrid. But when the tension drops, the strings become a bit harder to control, and my aggressive swings, particularly my forehand with its higher trajectory, landed inches past the baseline on a few occasions. Like many poly strings, this Hyper G hybrid plays best when fresh. So those are my thoughts on the Hyper G hybrid. My final thought is that I like the Hyper G hybrid more than a full bed of either original or the round, and I was very pleased with this playtest. This has brought me around on the Hyper G, which I never really meshed with, and this is one of the biggest surprises of the year for me. I know some people will be interested in me testing the round in the mains, but I think I know how it will play already, and I'm not planning on doing a video on that, unfortunately. But if you've tried this hybrid with the round in the mains, please feel free to comment your thoughts below. I would love to hear your feedback. Also, what do you guys think of a tour bite round? Maybe if enough people ask for it, we'll get one. Thank you for watching this review of the Solinco Hyper G Hybrid right here on OpenCourt. If you guys like this content, be sure to overhead smash that like and subscribe button, and I'll see you on an open court.